Today I'm supposed to go to the hospital to get my tonsils removed. I'm going to have to stay at the hospital for the night, and it will be taken out in the morning the next day. So I arrived at the hospital, and a nurse showed me to my room. After I got settled and said my goodbyes to my parents and little sister, I sat on my bed. The hospital room was pretty ordinary. It was sterile and spotlessly white, with some medical things scattered around. That's when I noticed there was a divider on one side of the room. I wanted to know if there's anyone there, so I said out loud, "Hello? Is anyone there?" I was answered by a raspy voice that said, "Yes, I'm behind these blinds." The divider was moved aside slowly. On the other side stood a pale boy that was very fragile looking. He was wearing those hospital clothes like I was. I was surprised that I had a roommate, so I tried to make a conversation. I said, "Hi, I'm here to get my tonsils out. What about you?" He replied in that same raspy voice, "I'm not supposed to be here. It was a mistake." Just then, two nurses came in and took him back to his bed. While they're getting him back, he kept shouting about being some sort of mistake. On the way out, one of the nurses said to the other, "Poor boy, he must be terrified." The other nurse replied, "Well, of course. He's going to get one of his arms and one of his legs amputated tonight." They must have sedated the pale boy. He kept muttering about it and being a mistake for the rest of the day. It was 10 p.m. before I decided to go to sleep. After a few moments of sleep, I felt a prick on my right arm. I woke to see that pale boy sticking a needle into my arm. The needle must have contained some sedatives, because I fell asleep before I could even get out a yelp. The sedative was probably weak, because I woke up later finding myself in the pale boy's bed while the doctors came in to put me into some of those carts for patients when they're about to have major surgery. Then I realized what was happening. I am completely awake now. I jumped up and shouted, "Wait, this is a mistake. I'm not supposed to have surgery right now." The doctor quickly sedates me before I can say any more. I kept mumbling. It was all a mistake as they held me away. The last thing I saw was the pale boy on my bed smiling at me.